What's up, everybody? Eric here, driver, lineup, world's okay, steering wheel holder. Right now, I'm the weirdo. Have you ever bonus parked in the middle of the night at a truck stop, and when you wake up, you're just the guy just sitting in the middle of nowhere in the parking lot because everybody left? That's me right now. Anyway, today I'm going to talk about the return of mask. Yes, I believe that is probably going to start happening. Some of you are going to be like, great, I love wearing masks, that's great. Most of you, I think and hope, are going to be like, oh my God, don't tell me that's the case. Talk about that and Hurricane Idalia. I've been trying to keep my fleet out of the path of that hurricane, and it's been busy. So a lot of that and probably some more. We'll get into it here in just a second. So let me crack into some coffee here. Black Rifle Coffee Company. It is surprisingly not hot right now. It's like 78 degrees in South Carolina, which is amazing because I've been in the Midwest in this heat dome, and oh, it's been so miserable. Now it is humid here, but it's not like, you don't feel like you're just in a broiler when you get out of the truck. So before I get into the two main topics, as I said in the intro, okay, here's how bonus parked. For those who don't know, some people call it creative parking or what, but basically you get to a truck stop in the middle of the night and every parking spot is full. So if it fits, that's where it sits. You find a place to put it. Be respectful and don't block someone into their spot, or don't block the entrance and exit. But sometimes you gotta put it somewhere. Well, I'm bobtail, and I had the damnedest time trying to find a place to put a bobtail. That's how busy and crowded this truck stop was at 12:35 this morning. I literally was circling around trying to find a place to park a bobtail. So there is no way you could have found a place to put a truck and trailer. Every inch of this lot, including the part in front of the truck stop where the four-wheelers parked, it was full of bobtails. But yeah, it was jammed. So there's these trucks where I'm at right here. They were lined up right, like it was just thick with trucks and trailers. But I get up this morning and they're all gone. So I'm just the oddball sitting over here at the entrance of the truck stop. Like just random tractor just sitting here, when there's, right now, the whole lot is half empty. But yeah, it was bad. Like that, it's bad if you can't find a place to park your bobtail. But it was wonderful because it's been a tough week and a half, man. I mean, just problem solving and battle after battle. And when I was on my way to this receiver last night, which my appointment was for 0400, but it was a drop and hook, and I was pre-planned to pick up there. Now, this particular customer sometimes can be a little difficult. So I was telling Jenna last night on the phone, I was like, okay, here's the only way that I can make this, and I told dispatch this too, in text form, so that they had it on record that I said this. When they asked me, hey, can you do this pre-plan for us? It didn't pick up until 15:30 in the afternoon, but I was dropping off at 0400, and I said the only way I'll do it is if they don't make me take an empty, because the only washout in the area doesn't open until 0800. So it would have been impossible for me to get a 10-hour break if I had to go get that trailer washed out. which is not close either. It's way up the interstate. So the only way that I would do it is if they didn't make me take an empty trailer. Now, this particular customer, not here, but in another part of the country, somehow they think it's your job to take and deal with trailers, even though you brought them a trailer and then you're leaving with a loaded trailer. So that, I was prepared so I got there 4 hours early this morning. I was like, hey, I don't need to take a trailer because I'm coming back this afternoon to pick up a loaded trailer. This loaded trailer is the trailer I'm leaving you, and I'm coming back this afternoon to get another trailer. And if they tried to say, no, you need to take an empty trailer and bring a clean empty trailer back, fine, I'll take the empty trailer, but I'm not coming back to get the load because, no, I'm not. I brought you my trailer, They were really polite and it ended up working out. And so not only did it end up working out, I was able to bobtail over here, take a shower at 12:30 this morning. Here shortly, I'm going to be able to bobtail over to Walmart and take care of some things over there on my way to the customer. So it really worked out. It's so rare to have everything go right like that. It's so rare. I just, in my mind, after the way this week and a half is gone, I had myself set up to just have things go sideways at that receiver this morning. And they were really polite. In fact, the lady was like, oh yeah, and here, drop it over there and don't even worry about the empties. You're all set. You're coming back to get your trailer. And I'm thinking, man, why can't they all be like that? Because I've literally had an instance before where the same situation, I'm dropping off very early in the morning a loaded trailer, and I'm picking up from the same customer later that evening, but they wanted me to do their work for them and take an empty trailer and get it washed out and get it fueled and bring it back. And it's like, no, I'm bringing you a trailer and I want to take a trailer later. I don't get paid to go do all this other stuff with this other trailer. Anyway, getting back to the point. Holy shit, 6 minutes already. So, first, mask. Oh my God, you guys. Please, if you're one who drives around with gloves and mask and all that stuff in the middle of summer, or walks all the way across the parking lot, and like I saw yesterday, dude walked half a mile out in the open air with a mask on. Okay, man, whatever floats your boat. I don't even have a mask on this truck, okay? I haven't had a mask in my possession for a long time. And again, please don't get offended by this. Masks were not ever my thing, ever. I'm not doing it. I can't breathe comfortably in a mask. It fogs my glasses up when I'm walking around going inside a truck stop. It's not the way I want to live. Okay. I wasn't experimented on or any of that stuff over the last few years. had COVID a couple times. I've had flu way worse. I'm not going to say that it was fun, but I've had flu way worse. Whatever. I'm not getting into the whole argument of that, but I was absolutely dumbfounded. Literally just, I had to sit in a truck and think about this for a minute. I was at a customer. I'm not going to say the name of the customer. Look, someone asked me to name drop a customer last week that I had some difficulties with. I don't do that. I don't think that's professional really in any walk of life or business. You have to understand, these are our customers. Do they do things that upset us? Yes. But if you had a store, like a vacuum store or something, and a customer walked in and they did or said something that frustrated you, and you went on social media and just trashed that customer by name, that would not be very professional of your business. So I don't do that, okay? There's been occasions where I mention them, but not, I just try not to do it. I don't talk ill of other Prime drivers, and I don't name drop our customers. But anyway, this customer, this dude was laminating mask signs when I was checking in. Like they just printed them out and he was laminating them, and they were alluding to it not being a requirement, but recommending that you wear a mask in their facilities. And it caught me. I was like, "Oh, you guys have a little bit of an issue here, or what's going on?" And he said, "No, it's coming down from corporate that we're preparing to begin re-implementing all of our COVID, era procedures." I was just like, "What? What are you? What?" So yeah, we're probably going to have mask mandates and all the procedures that we had a few years ago. That really caught me off guard. I was not aware that the world is coming to an end again. I had no idea. I literally don't have a mask on my truck. So I don't know, like that, so then I go start looking online and I find apparently the TSA, it's the internet, so who knows what's true, but it seems like the TSA is getting ready to require masks for passengers, pilots, and crews on flights. Now, I don't fly anymore either because it's just not an enjoyable process like it used to be. But it does appear that a portion of the world is planning to go back into some sort of lockdown mode or something. I don't know. I'm just telling you guys, this is a big company and a big customer, and maybe it was just this one facility. I don't know. But I was really quite surprised to hear that they're potentially setting up to, treat truck drivers like plague rats again this winter. Are you all seeing the same thing? Because to me, it's like, huh? What? I don't know. It's fine. We're not. I can't. I can't. I would don a mask in certain circumstances out of respect for people who are just doing their job. But I never once thought that a cloth mask that stays in my pocket, that's touching my hands after I touch airlines and all that stuff, for months on end, this cloth mask was somehow effective at really much of anything. But whatever, to each their own. If you disagree, fine. It's okay if we agree to disagree. Like, don't be mad at me or offended. I want to live life without having my face covered and my glasses fogged up, and I don't want to be someone's experiment. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Okay, final topic. Keeping my fleet out of the path of this hurricane. So I'm currently in South Carolina. I don't think this is a place that you would want to be with a truck and trailer in a day or two at all. And it is my objective to get out of here very quickly. In fact, the sky is starting to, it's bright right now, but the sky is like, it's weird. It's a weird vibe. And this hurricane, 5 or 6 days ago, I think it's Idalia, something like that. Looked like it wasn't going to be that big of a deal, until really yesterday morning when it really started to ramp up. And now they're showing 115 mile per hour winds when it hits the coast, the Gulf Coast in the Florida Panhandle area, and then coming through like Georgia, South Carolina, Jacksonville at 75, 85, 95 mile per hour winds. That is not where you want to be with a truck and trailer at all. And it was a battle keeping my fleet out of the path of that. I had to, let's see, what is today? Today's Monday, so it would have been Saturday night. One of my trucks was up in Nebraska, and they're proposing a Florida load that would have had him right in the teeth of this thing, right in the teeth of it. And it was really it wasn't that great of a paying load either, especially going into Florida. And delivered into the next pay period, which is just way too long to be on a load. So I explain I'd go to dispatch and explain all these things. And like, you know, but at the end of the day, I really don't want my truck going right into a freaking hurricane. So fine. The next morning, another proposed load comes in, and it's even worse. It's worse than the other one. It pays less. It has multiple stops, and its stops are sitting right underneath the hurricane. Like, he would be being unloaded underneath the eye of the hurricane. If they would even unload him. It's a possibility that the whole damn town would be evacuated, and then you're not getting unloaded, and then the truck's like trying to hide and run from a hurricane with product, can't get reloaded, and just killing. Like, it's just, no. Like, I had to copy the message that I sent the night before and paste it in and say, last night, here are the reasons that I said I don't want my truck going to Florida or Georgia or South Carolina or anywhere in that path on these days. And it was, apparently that message was promptly ignored, and an even worse load was sent. And then finally he got what we wanted, which was something about 800 miles going somewhere else. I wasn't being picky. I didn't even ask anything about pay. I didn't ask anything about where the truck where I would like it to go. I just said I don't want it to go into the mouth of a hurricane. You know, on those days that there's a hurricane there. That's all I said. So finally they did that, and then, you know, I'm bringing a load, and I was in Atlanta yesterday, up here in South Carolina today, and I'm thinking, boy, if I start getting into this cycle of them trying to get me to, because there's some Tyson loads and there's some other loads in this area that go down to Florida, and I was just prepared for battle of these proposed loads, or load board just being load choice being full of loads going down to Florida. And so I was just ready. I was ready to no, and it just didn't happen. It was like this one that they were like, hey, can you run this load for us? And, you know, again, if this and that happens, then yes, I can run it. And it just goes straight north and gets me the hell out of here. So it's just, you know, I've had to run from a hurricane in a truck and trailer before. Jenna and I did, with a load out of Miami going to Memphis, I believe. Yes, yeah, I think Memphis. And it only weighed like 17,000, 18,000 pounds. And we were out in front of out ahead of the hurricane, but it was enough where the hurricane, the edge of it was, we were just running from this thing. Like, only stop for fuel and to go pee. That's it. Just go, go, go. Team, you know, keep the truck going. And it was gnarly. Even like we were in the panhandle of Florida, the wind was whipping so much that like branches were coming out of the woods and slapping the side of the trailer. Like just parts of trees and shit, you know. It was hairy. Like, I don't mind driving in snow and rain, heavy torrential rain. I don't mind all that. Where I start, where I'm not comfortable is wind. I don't do wind. So just, you know, I was working to keep my fleet out, keep it out of the hurricanes coming through, and we've successfully been able to do that, fortunately. So hopefully things keep going smooth, and I'm hoping all of you are doing well out there. In my next video, I'm going to talk about how the carrier Prime seems to be doing better right now. So there's maybe some good news on the horizon. All right, guys, be safe, stay out of hurricanes, make good decisions, and as always, drive to thrive. Talk to you soon.